Dignitaries ducking for cover. We're following a developing story out of Afghanistan this morning.
The president there, Hamid Karzai, and others had to scramble when gunfire and explosions erupted at a military ceremony. It actually took people a second to figure out what was going on. Officials say 2 people were killed, nearly a dozen wounded, but the president was not hurt. Journalist Tom Coughlin is on the phone with us from Kabul. Tom, was this an attack that targeted anyone in particular at that ceremony, or was just meant to wreak havoc?
Well, this attack was clearly hoping to hit President Hamid Karzai, but to be honest with you, there were a great many people in that podium besides Hamid Karzai that the Taliban would be delighted to have assassinated. We had the commander of NATO forces in Afghanistan, General Dan McNeil. He was there. The U.S. ambassador, the British ambassador, the French ambassador, most of the Afghan parliament, and all of the Afghan cabinet. So that place was packed with targets. And it's a miracle, really, that the Taliban didn't do better. They managed to kill one Afghan lawmaker, a tribal leader, and they also killed a 10-year-old child during this attack. But 3 MPs were injured, and we think another 10 or so people were also hit by fire during this incident.
Tom, describe for people, you cover that area, you cover what we've been seeing as a resurgent and more powerful Taliban. Is this a more brazen attack from what they've been doing in the past? Should we take this as an example of them getting even stronger, or is this just par for the course for them at least?
Well, certainly the Taliban would like you to think that this attack represents their demonstrating to the government of Afghanistan, to the people of Afghanistan, and to the wider world that they are able to strike any place, any time. There was massive security around this parade, and there was considerable concern. I had Western diplomats telling me privately several days ago that they were worried about this event, worried that the Taliban might seek to target it. But really, the area was ringed with armored cars, with a cordon of police, and there will be a lot of questions asked now as to how the Taliban were able to penetrate that ring of security. Now, your question asks whether this demonstrates, the greater strength of the Taliban. I think actually in military terms, most military analysts here, or certainly senior military officers, would claim that they are beginning to see some progress in containing the Taliban in some areas of the country where the Taliban has been fighting this much harder insurgency in the last couple of years. However, the Taliban seem to be switching their tactics. They're going more for these, what the military call asymmetric tactics, these high-profile spectaculars using suicide bombers, using this kind of event to try and draw publicity to impress upon the world that they're a force to be reckoned with. So that's the situation as I see it at this time.
All right. Tom Coughlin often helping us out, journalist there in Kabul in Afghanistan. We appreciate you as always, Tom.